Okay, looks like we're live. Looks like we're recording. Okay. Hey, I want to shoot this little video. I'm thinking about our marketing plan starting in January, and I want to get everything started right now and get it going. I shut the ad off to Kira's ad. I talked to some of my guys that do a lot of Facebook advertising. They say most of their advertising and everything, most of the dollars were spent the first 2 weeks of the month. And that's kind of what we saw. People are ready to make decisions. Toward the last 2 weeks of the month, for some whatever reason it is, they're not, especially off Facebook and Instagram and things like that, they don't really make as many decisions. We had like 290,000 people that we could basically market to, and we only got, I think it was 15, 20,000, something like that. So we really did well with what we did with that ad. But that's kind of a front end ad, but there was nothing else to it other than call me, come in kind of thing. So what I'm thinking is I've been really doing a lot of research. I spent about 10, maybe 15 hours doing some research on what I'm finding other gyms are doing, what's really working out there in their advertising and everything. And these guys are paying lots of money to have these guys come in and do their advertising and their back ends and everything for them. But I'm willing to set this up for you guys. The thing about it is, with this particular plan that I was kind of putting together, I want you to understand this is just a suggestion, okay? I'll do whatever you want to do. This is your business. So I need to put that in red in the email. Kind of what I'm thinking is, number one, we're going to be using Facebook, Instagram, and Google when we start our advertising at the first of the year. I'm trying to think of right now, I'd probably like to get something going for Kira, since we already have a front-end ad. Have her add on to that ad, hey, check the link below, and kind of do that. Maybe have you, Kira, wear the same shirt and everything, maybe shoot the same angle, and we can just splice it right in. And maybe you wear your hair the same or something like that. Just do the best you can. It's okay. Anyhow, so we're going to be using Google, Facebook, and Instagram at the first of the year. And we're going to be probably running this, probably I like to do maybe the first couple of weeks of next month. But what we're going to do is I'm thinking of is, by the way, we've already got Let's Get Fit Ladies and Let's Bulk Up Guys.com. But, you know, really, a lot of these guys are really branding themselves, okay? So I'm thinking maybe you guys should do the same. You know, there's KiraDokas.com is available. JudahDokas.com is available. I think you should snatch those names up, or I can do it for you. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll have an ad, okay, kind of like what Kira shot. I have one for you, Judah. At the end, we want them to click on a button, okay, to find out more information. Where I see that's going to take them to, that's going to bring them right into our funnels. These will be our funnels right here, okay? That's what that's going to bring them into. And on this funnel, they're going to go into it, and there's going to be a sales letter and everything there, which I'm coming up with now. And that particular sales funnel will also link them and be part of a membership site too. So once they get into it, toward the end, they'll actually click into a membership site, okay? And on the membership site, you can have you'll see a lot of these guys on there, some of these guys are putting their stuff right up on Facebook and just giving it away, which I don't recommend. But anyhow, like recipes, instructions on planning, all that kind of stuff that you want to do. I'm going to let you guys figure out what you want to put on that membership site, but you want a membership site that has, like Kira, maybe videos of her actually making some recipes. You got to understand, some of these guys may be single and they may not cook too well, you know? So it might be good to have her show and demonstrate what she's doing. They may not be able to follow a recipe really well. I'm ordered an overhead iPhone recorder stand, so she can actually record straight down as she's actually preparing the recipes, so that would really be cool. Anyhow, so something like that. So you need to come out, what I need from you is content for this membership site, okay? And that funnel will lead them right into that site. Now, what we can do later, we don't have to do it in January, we could, is actually have a payment processor and everything on that site. So they get on there and they put their credit card and everything in. What I'm thinking about in the future, we need to automate as much as possible. I want to blow this thing out. It's been a year since we first started marketing for you guys. And so I really want to blow it out the first January and February. I mean, really hit it hard. Maybe spend, $20 a day on each ad. I mean, just really hit it hard. and just pack them in. But you got to be able to do it in a functional way so that they actually feel like they're getting that connection. Also, on the membership sites, you can have your times and everything for them to sign up. There's a scheduling app that they can get. You can tag that to, and I've got several of them that we could use and see what you like. But they can. A lot of these companies, what they're doing is they're actually having. I really like what you're doing, Judah. When you have the accountability program that you're doing, they're charging a heck of a lot more money than what you are. But you could start off at $85 or maybe $100 a month with accountability. And what they're doing is they're meeting with them every Saturday and going over what their goals are, how they did that week, and everything like that, and being accountable for what they're doing. And that seems to be working really, really well. I saw some of the sites were doing anywhere from 3 months, or the 3-month contract when they come in, 4 months and 6 months. One was a year. I think that's a little bit long. But anyhow, maybe up to 6 months, and they're guaranteed. They're in a contract for that, like $100 a month or whatever it is, and or 120, whatever you want to do. So I think we need the first round. We need to, and we can actually use the guys you've already got in it right now as maybe as many kind of guinea pigs, for this to kind of set up, kind of get a feel for how it all works. But anyhow. And after that, they can go back to, if they don't want to keep it up, they can do month by month, the same price, or they can go back to just come into the gym and then maybe drop it down to a special price of $50 a month or whatever, okay? But I don't think that we need to, race to the bottom as far as competing with the big box gyms. We have to over-deliver is what these guys are doing. They're over-delivering on content, on recipes, help, one-on-one sessions, and things like that with them. I don't really think you need to do as far as one-on-one workout sessions, but as far as one-on-one accountability sessions and talking with them, and that makes you available to them to text you and things like that, to be able to contact you with questions and things like that during the week. Okay, so that's what you're going to do on this site. It's going to be kind of a funnel/private membership site. It's going to be username and password to get into it. And it's going to have all the information on these sites, one for the gals, one for the guys. And on those sites, you're going to have your recipes. You're going to be able to have your calendars, sign up for your accountability, and that kind of stuff. I'm debating on whether to have a private Facebook group just for each one, and the reason being is that some of what I've come across in talking with some of the guys is that these gals are going to talk about things in here that they won't talk about in the main private Facebook group at PW. Okay, girl stuff, and guys are the same way. There's certain things that they'll talk about amongst the guys, right, that they wouldn't say and shut up and keep their mouth shut around the girls. So that's kind of a bonding. What we want to do is bond them to you. That's how these guys are keeping them long term, not having them just come in for 3 or 4 months. Once the special's over, then they go away. We got to stop the churn rate. We got to keep them in there and going long term. So that's the way they do it. They've actually, they kind of, and it really helps, makes a very cohesive group. And then in this group, they're all supporting each other, and it really makes a really tight bond. And that really is the difference between the big box gyms and all the other gyms that's doing it that I can find that's doing it. Now, there's one of the ones I sent in the email. It's a CrossFit gym that was using one of the companies, and he's actually done in Provo. I don't have the name right in front of me because I'm recording this, but anyhow, he's in there, and you'll see his name. And I forgot what I was getting into after, but anyhow, so that's probably it. And there'll be a link to this to the PW site. All those will be there, and this will be a link there too. So they can get to these sites from here. Okay, so they'll be able to get to here, here, and here from this site. Okay, or they can go straight there. One of the two. All right. So that's kind of how I see the whole thing, how it works. We're gonna. I think this is kind of like just a beginning idea, so we can start brainstorming on how you really want to do it. What do you want the gym to look like? What do you want? What's your vision of the gym? I really like, honestly, guys, I really like branding you guys. Judah, you know, you look like most guys want to look like, okay? And you're perfect in your video, in your ad, bring them in there. What we want to do is have you tell your story a little bit. Maybe we don't do it so much in the ad, but we do it when they get to this page here in a video of you, okay? Telling them, you know, hey man, I was this chubby guy, you know, and I changed it around, you know, and then have pictures of you, you know, after you won, holding your trophy of your fitness champion and that kind of stuff, you know, and because you really know what you're doing, you know, how long you've been a trainer, how PW has been open, and all that kind of stuff, you know, really talking you up, not bragging, but talking, hey, these are what I can do, and this is what I got to do, can do for you. The thing they have to know when they get on to from here to here, what this and this has to do is give them belief. Belief. It's not so much what's on there or what you're selling. They have to believe that they can do it, that they can be like you. They can look like you and they can be like you. In other words, you know, they can bulk up, they can look good as Kira as far as slimming down, looking great, being in great shape. They need to believe that they can do that. And so that's what this and this is for. And the ad may be up here. The ad may be like Kira's intro, like she did here. That's your ad, your last ad, okay? But you're going to have it where it's pointing to, hey, check this out. Instead of calling you on the phone, it's going to check you out. You know, come to me, check out my site, you know. And you may want to put some free information on there for them. You know, make it, you know, come here to claim your, you know, come check us out when you're a coupon to come in and for your first session or something. I mean, we can come up with whatever you want to do, but have them. And here, tell your story. Kira, tell your story, and Judah, tell your story. And if you haven't, I put in the book, I say if you still have that, if you don't, I can get you another copy, but that Expert Secrets book, hold on. It's this one right here. It's Expert Secrets. You still have that. That in there, he talks about the Epiphany Bridge. So they have to, there's a couple of things, there's a couple of references in there. You need to go back and read that. And it's all about distilling belief. You know, marketing is all about distilling belief in people. They don't buy things they don't believe that they can benefit from, or they don't believe they can become, okay? You don't do it, I don't do it, whatever, okay? The sales comes afterwards, but they have to believe first. They have to believe they can do it. And so it's your job to show them what you did and that they can convince them that they can do it too. Bottom line, okay? And then the sales stuff comes in after that, okay? So, so anyhow, these Facebook groups, if you decide to do that, as I said, they're private, so they have to be invited in. Now, if somebody leaves and they stop paying their dues and everything, they get kicked off of both these sites. They're gone. They can stay on this one if you want, but just explain to them that this is gone and they remove. They have to come back if they ever want to get back on these sites again and participate. That's going to bother them. They're not going to want to do that, especially if they've gotten really close to some of these people and they bonded. That's where that bonding thing comes back in that we talked about. Okay? All right. So that's it. That's kind of, as you kind of get the email from me, that's kind of gives you an idea kind of what I'm thinking and what we're going to be doing. I can get this all put together. I'm probably going to use some, Mom just got home, you hear Zoe in the background. We can use messenger bots too as we start getting busier where they can message and we'll actually have the bot communicate with them, you know, the first contacts and such. So that can be included someplace in here as they come in and ask questions, and we can have canned questions or answers that the bot will answer for them, or maybe you take them through a sequence. I've got a whole sequence that Jim gave me. I got everything. And that they got that's, you know, they're charging these guys like, to set it all up, the bot and everything, they were charging like $5 grand, you know, to do it. I've already got it, and we can set that up for you. So that's pretty cool, actually. People like that. They think they're actually talking to you, and they're not. They're talking to a computer. But yeah, we can set that up. So I just think I think that's the way we should go. That's kind of my suggestion. So now I need feedback from you. I need some direction from you, how you want to take it and what you want to do. I need, we need to be thinking about your story. That's number one. You need to come up with that. It needs to be, and it doesn't have to be short. It can be long. It can be 15, 20 minutes if you want on this. It can't be in the ad, of course, but it can be here. And especially if you're engaging, they're going to want to know, and we can flash pictures as you're talking. We can include pictures in there instead of you seeing you talking. We have the pictures going by, you know, and as you're showing this. So we can do that. The thing about it too is that here we can't do comparisons. Here we can, because what they're going to do is they're going to come in and they're going to come into this site, and on that site is going to, you know, they're going to give us their name and their email address, and then we're going to let them into that site, and then there you can sell whatever you want to them. Okay, Facebook only goes, and Instagram and Google only go to that point. Once they have to enter a user or an email or name or whatever in, then that's when they stop and they don't go any farther. So we're good. I'm recording something. This mom just got home. So that's kind of what I'm seeing that we'll do. So what I need from you is I need a story. I need to figure out what you're going to have on the site, like, you know, recipes, you know, information, maybe about lifting, maybe about what to do if, you know, when you're soreness, all that kind of stuff. A lot of the common questions that you get at the gym should probably go on there too. All right, under frequently asked questions side. If you want to do any trainings on there, you know, what you want to do. If you want to do any off-site trainings, maybe we can record you doing some demonstrations of working out or doing something off-site. You can put up workouts on here for when they're on trips or whatever, that they can keep up and stay going. It's just unlimited, whatever you want to put on there. Just pretty well unlimited. So you can do that. Okay. And of course, this is basically where you're going to be communicating and everything with them along with that. Okay, your Facebook sites. Okay, so content here for this, as well as what you're going to say in your video, where you're going to cause a belief that they can do it. You know, belief in themselves and belief in you that you can show them what they need to do. Okay, and pricing. Okay, those three things. Okay, all right. Well, that's it. Well, I'll try to get this done and get it off to you. See ya.